Donald Trump has now terminated, effective immediately, deportation protections for Somali nationals who are living in Minnesota. This means that they can start getting rid of more non-citizens who are infesting this country and have been doing so for a long time. This is a big win. The president is citing fraudulent money laundering activity in Minnesota under the corrupt governor, Tim Walz. President Donald Trump Friday said he was ending deportation protections for Somalis in Minnesota effective immediately. He said Minnesota under Governor Tim Walz is a hub of fraudulent money laundering activity. And he said, I am, as president of the United States, hereby then terminating effective immediately the temporary protected status program for Somalis in Minnesota. Trump is claiming that Somali gangs are terrorizing the people of the great state and billions of dollars are missing. Send them back to where they came from. It's over. Now, the catalyst for this was a report just a couple of days ago from the Manhattan Institute, which was called the Minnesota Money Laundering Scandal, I believe. And the report was showing how there was a massive amount of fraud with the Feeding Our Future scheme, which is basically as a COVID-era child nutrition program. And so instead of actually feeding the children, this one particular scam stole almost $250 million, $250 million in taxpayer money, your money and my money, to a bunch of a-hole undeserving Somalis who then funneled it over to their terrorist group, Al-Shabaab or Al-Shabaab or whatever. Now, I think they've recovered about $50 million worth of stolen money, but this is nevertheless a problem. And this, you got to wonder how many times has this happened with the tens of millions of non-citizens who have been given temporary protected status inside of the U.S., allowing them to rip off American citizens, all because they fear for their homes, blah, blah, blah. And, the thing is, it's not our responsibility. I'm sorry. I don't care. We should not be the ones propping up the rest of the world. The world needs to start fixing its own damn problems instead of the United States every time bailing these pieces of crap out. I'm sick and tired of it. We keep bringing these third worlders here, and they keep doing us wrong. We always pay the price. Now, Minnesota has a sizable Somali population, and the TPS program allowed Somali nationals temporary legal status to live and work in the United States because of the dangerous conditions in the African country. Why do we bring them here? Who the F cares about a dangerous condition and blah, 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 blah. Let them deal with it over there or send them somewhere else. Stop sending these third worlder trash country people into our country where they then do unspeakable things. Rapes, crimes, murders. I'm just so sick and tired of it. It is not our responsibility to save the rest of the world from themselves. These people need to stand up and fix their own freaking countries. Or go settle somewhere else, not in the United States. It is time that we stop doing this. Decades of stupidity from our leaders importing these people by the millions has only brought chaos and crime into our country. Now, in the last several years, Fox News writes, the state has faced fraud problems. No shit. Most notably from the Feeding Our Future scheme, which embezzled hundreds of millions of dollars in COVID-19 funds. The president's decision comes as a new investigation from the Manhattan Institute, a conservative think tank, alleged that millions of dollars were being funneled to the Somali terror group Al-Shabaab in connection with the Feeding Our Future scam. Ryan Thorpe and Christopher Rufo of the Manhattan Institute said that they had uncovered a web of fraud involving Minnesota's Medicaid Housing Stabilization Services program, Feeding Our Future and other organizations in a report. The bottom line is this stuff needs to freaking end. We need to stop this whole bullshit nonsense of us taking care of these other countries. It's not our responsibility. We need to stop shooting ourselves in the face with loaded shotguns, all because we feel bad for the rest of the world, blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. We can go play world police over there, not bringing them back here. Why the F did we start doing this? Well, I can explain why we started doing this. And this has really taken off over the last 25 years of bringing these pieces of crap into our country. And it stems from Amnesty 1986. But we gave those 2.7 million Mexicans who had broken into the country took a giant crap on our laws. And when we said, you know what, you're forgiven. You are now citizens on top of being forgiven. Our leaders learned a valuable, horrible lesson. That these people, those Mexicans who received amnesty back in 86, voted 70% Democrat, because most people that come here illegally do so because they're lower social economic class. These people need government assistance more often than not, and people who need government assistance overwhelmingly vote for the government. Makes sense. You're protecting your own personal interests. So the Democrat Party was able to import millions of new voters for themselves. This was a terrible lesson to learn because it allowed them to then plan doing more of this stuff. And so by 2000, we started bringing them in, like the Venezuelans, like the Haitians. 600,000 here, 500,000 there, and so on and so forth. Now, the Somali group here, you're talking about 87,000 in Minnesota. But yeah, kick them all the hell out. Who the frick cares what's going on over in their country? I'm sorry, it's not our responsibility. Never has been. And again, if we want to help them, that's one thing, but we shouldn't be helping them by bringing them here. The whole thing is stupid. It's retarded. And the reason why they do this is because it all boils down to votes. They want to keep them here until they've lived here so long that inevitably we just say, well, screw it, just give them amnesty, make them citizens. And then in the Democrat Party's mind, why then this means new votes, which history has shown that that is the case. So rather than trying to win hearts and minds here in the United States, they're just going to import tens of millions of people who have no allegiance to the United States, give them citizenship, and bada bing, bada bang, we're all screwed. So I'm sorry, but screw these people, send them all the hell back, all the Venezuelans, all the Haitians, anyone under the TPS programs, anyone who we brought in, all of these people just need to get the hell out the country. In my book, they're almost as high of a priority as the illegals. We need to stop killing ourselves in the name of, I don't know, in the name of sympathy. The whole thing's stupid. When will the retarded behavior by our government and the people who vote them in end?